All right, all right. I'm back live, and I'm going to do this. And the devil is a liar. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. Just coming again with a message of the visit from the Comforter. He paid me some visit. I want to say to you, I apologize for the issue that I'm having trying to go live. And even though I'm apologizing, I am full understanding who's in the midst. What I'm about to say is so important that the devil don't want you to hear it. And he just don't know. He can shut it down. I'm going to boot it up. I'm not going to bed until this is said. What the Most High did to me today was truly a blessing, not just for me, for many others out there. Now they got me on where you can't even see. Um, there you go. Now it's on. It's showing up. I'm sorry about that. See, y'all, one thing y'all don't understand. This devil do not want me to tell you all what the Most High did today, because I'm telling you, it's going to support everything that ever came out of Sister Deborah's mouth, everything that's going on among our tribes. Everything that's going on. This is going to totally open your eyes up to see what exactly taking place. He did it to me because he came to me during the time. I'm going to have to back it up a little bit from the beginning. I was having a headache and my blood pressure was up yesterday and today. The same way it was up yesterday. And yesterday I was beginning to cry because I said, well, you know what? I know what this has to do with. It's because I don't want to go to Texas. I don't want my daughter and my daughters to go traveling with me, because 4 months ago they totally disrespected me in a way that there is in me no forgiveness of their action, but they know that I love them. I'm constantly giving all of myself to them. So I know that I love them, but it's just that I just don't want them to touch that rim again, because I know who is greater in me, but I'm flesh too, you see? So I knew this whole thing about the blood pressure came because it's time for me to go to Texas. And I'm just going through the ideal of not really wanting to join them or them joining me and we all traveling, going to Texas to my son. So this headache went on yesterday. It came back early this morning, and I sat in the kitchen chair. When I sat in that kitchen chair, I said, oh, this feels so good. And I was like, why are you saying that? I said that to myself. I said, why are you saying that? Like as if you ain't never sat at your kitchen chair. I'm like, ooh, this feels so good. See, I didn't know that the comforter was waiting for me in my kitchen, at my kitchen table. And when I got there, I said, oh, this feels so good. Why is this feeling so good? I was talking to myself, just like I'm saying to you. I was saying that. And as I sat and I ate my pear, my apple, and I was just sitting here, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna grab my Bible and I'm gonna go to some verses and really sit down and read. Maybe y'all got a message for me. That's what I was led to. I didn't know that he was coming to comfort me in the situation in which I was in. And with that comforter, he brought me, you guys, something that I never ever would have imagined that he would do. He gave me so much comfort in knowing it is okay. It is okay. Everything that he said you speak about, you don't have to go look for it. You don't have to go find it. You don't have to say it's here, it's there. It's in you. He said, it's already in you. So all this time, you already knew, and you have not changed what you knew. And that was what is actually taking place. All this time, I was 100 on it. I wasn't on it to the point, you know how the Most High will reveal something to you, but he won't give you the fullness. When that's how he had given me the revelation, to the point where he cut off a tip to where I couldn't get the fullness, you know? And this particular time today, when I was sitting at the table, what he gave me was not just for me. It's for every man, woman, boy, girl in the Hebrew Israelite, in the nation of the 12 tribes. It is for every one of us to understand where we at. Don't you wonder? You grab your Bible and you start reading. I wonder where we at in this day and time. I wonder what's going on. Where's the sign that he's showing us that this going to happen and this going to happen and this and this and this. We're looking. That's why we get on this platform, waiting for someone to give us a right now word of where we at. What is actually taking place? What is actually going on? But when Yah came to me, he came to me with the comfort. And the comforter, I mean, he soothed me. My headache went away. My dizzy, I wasn't dizzy anymore. I'm like, wait a minute, what is this here? And he began to tell me about how you have always been on it, because I was always in you, seeing to it that you didn't get behind on where you were. You see, and it was just so amazing. So when I'm sitting here telling y'all, when he been dealing with me since I was 4 years old, wait a minute, he been dealing with you for real since you was 4. That's why he come and tell you where you at is where you need to be. And this is the reason why this is where you at. So you tell them this is where they at. So he came from Isaiah chapter 3. Okay. What the Most High is saying in Isaiah chapter 3, and I have said to you all several times, read Isaiah chapter 3 and chapter 4. If you want to bump it back, go to Isaiah 2. If you want to bump it forward, go all the way to Isaiah 7, the chapters. But here is where he wanted me to say unto you and to show you all where we are at today. This answer, and I do, and don't think I'm just saying this. I feel really sad for our men now, because now that the Most High has given me the full revelation of where we are at, now I see why they have done the things that they have done and why they're at, where they're at today in their mindset and why their actions are reacting this way. In what I'm about to tell you, I always speak about Pastor Dow and GOCC, and I speak about Maureen, who's in Nation, something like that, Hebrew Building Nation. And I speak of others, but now it makes sense that you were always 100 true about what you said, because here it is. Remember how I told you all we're in that day? I say it all the time. And I think I've been saying it for about a year. I said, we're in that day. I had no idea that that day mean the day of judgment of the Most High Yah. We are in a heavy judgment of the Most High Yah this day. While we're running, trying to get justified and clarified by all these people on this platform, Yah is judging us as we sitting here waiting for them. Isn't that deep? So when he comes to comfort me, he's comforting me because of the situation I am actually in. And that is not wanting to deal with my daughters. Now he gives me clarity of why I don't want to deal with them. Anybody out there, let me tell you something. After we go over this here, and it's not going to be long, you're going to realize where you at today. And nobody going to bring up this verse, this verse, this verse, this verse, this verse, this scripture, this message, this nothing to bring you into where you stand today in the will of the Father. We are at a place, y'all, of sorrow. We are at a place where you can't turn to the left, the right. We ain't gonna be able to look behind. We ain't gonna be able to look forward in front of us. That's how bad the judgment is. And he said, Deborah, this is what he said. Now, first of all, I want you to know, you know how you always say in that day? I said, yeah. He said, do you know what that means? I said, all I know is all the other prophets always say in that day, as if in the days of our time. That's all I knew. He said, let me tell you take you a little deeper. In that day that they was talking about was the day of my judgment. All this time I'm thinking, okay, in that day, this is going to happen. He said, no, in that day is the day of my judgment against the house of Israel. So we're there. We're right in the midst of it. So Deborah was confused with it because of what was going on. He only gave me the idea that there's a heavy spirit among the men that's tracking them down. And this is why they got the spirit of hate. So he didn't give me the fullness until this day where I was about to blow my top, where he had to come and give me comfort to let me know where your daughters are in you is true. It's what it is because of this day. This is the day that I judge my people. And he's going to tell you that in Isaiah. And he's going to call you his people, but yet then you're going to see him got a heavy judgment. He's going to call you his people, but you're going to hear him say, I'm killing your men. He's going to call you his people, but he said, I'm going to even kill your mighty men. You're going to hear him calling you his people, but you're going to hear him putting a judgment on you. And this is the reason why. This is what is actually taking place. And it ain't nowhere you can go but straight into the midst of a light that you see regarding the Most High Yah. Now, in Isaiah 3, verse 1, there's a lot of power in that now. There's a lot of power in that. He says, for behold, the Lord. You know this the lowercase spelled Lord. Lord. Okay. We got the Lord, and then we got, keep reading, the Lord. Then you see the capital L-O-D. You see what I'm saying? And then it says, the hosts. You see? That means I'm down here and I ain't playing. I'm coming with all I got. To judge the house of Israel. And we run around here thinking, the males are against the females and the females against the males. And, the children, and nobody's, like I said to you all many times, why ain't nobody teaching their kids? Why ain't nobody telling their sons and telling their daughters? Why ain't these men spending time in the house teaching their kids? But they say they're leaders and they're rulers. They ain't got, Deborah, sit your butt down. They don't have to be in the house teaching their kids. They don't have to be nowhere but where they at. They don't have to. They can hate their wives. They can hate their women. They can hate whatever they want. Because the judgment of the Most High God is in the midst. That's how heavy it's on us, y'all. And the women is going to feel this. They're going to feel it. Okay, watch this here. Here it is in Isaiah 3. He's saying, for behold, the Lord and the Lord of hosts with an S. See, the host is involved in this, y'all. Okay. Do it take away from Jerusalem. What are you taking away? Wait a minute. Jerusalem and from Judah. That's the whole house of Israel. He taken away. He taken away what? The state and the staff. See, that staff was supposed to protect us and kind of keep us, intact. You see what I'm saying? He said he taking it away, y'all. Now watch this here. The whole stay of bread. Now he said the whole stay of bread. That's scary. Because it is said the word is the bread of the Most High Yah. That's scary, isn't it? Yah is saying that he's taking the whole stay, not part of it, of the staff. He's not leaving a piece of the staff. He's taking the whole thing. And he said the whole staff of bread. Now watch this here. And the whole state of water. The whole state of bread and the whole state of water. Yah is taking it away. Let's hear who he's taking it from. Okay. The mighty men and the men of war, the judge, the prophets, not the prophets, but the prophet, the prudent and the ancient. Who is he doing that to? Jerusalem and Judah. Okay. He talks about he don't care. Even the captain of 50. You know how a lot of them got a lot of people following them. A lot of them got GOC got an academy. A lot of people following. He said the captains of 50, the honorable men and counselors, the cunning. He's taking everything away. This is why we out here. Do y'all understand how many times I done made a video saying, do y'all see why our people's out here killing each other? How many times have I said that? You see why he come to me and comfort me? Because he said, you've been on it all the time. You just wasn't able to identify. That's deep. You've been on it, Deborah, all the time. You just wasn't able to identify exactly where it was placed in my will. Now watch this here. And in verse 4, he says, and I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. See, the young men is taking over them and has to where they don't even want to rule their own household because their sons are ruling it, controlling them. So that's why you see a lot of them not in the house. It's because they are afraid of what is the will of the Father has put forth. They can't explain it. They can't justify it. They can't identify it. All they know is some things are going on and I don't want to be in the house. I don't want to be nowhere near it. You see? Because now he put them over the men, the mighty men. He taking everything from you. So when you think, Pastor Dow, you got it going on, he finna lock you down real good because you don't understand we are in that judgment. So even he can feel it. I can tell he is feeling it. Okay, now watch this here. And he called him the mighty man. That's who Pastor Dow think he is. He said, the mighty man, I'm going to take it. So do y'all really believe that when y'all say he going to take these things, that they going to still be able to stand? Y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up. No. You don't know who Christ is. You don't know who that right hand of the Father is. Okay? When he said he going to take something, he said here and told me on here in verse 1 of Isaiah 3, the whole host. That means in the heavens, the strength of what it has in it, finna take everything from the house of Israel because of what we done. Now watch this here. Watch this here. And he said in verse 4, and I will give children to be their prince, and babes shall rule over them. Now, do you think you're going to outride that, women? Do you think you're going to outride that? Do you think the men going to outride that? No. That's why they out here acting a fool. And you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till y'all tell you what his will has caused to take place in this day, in which all the prophet been warning us about this day. And we paid no attention to it. None whatsoever. After the 400 years, I'm stepping into you full force. Oh, they don't care about that. Oh, Babylon coming down. Y'all finna tell you, wait a minute. Jerusalem and the tribe of Judah has fallen. And they waiting for Babylon to fall. Look what y'all said it's finna happen to them. Watch this here. Verse 5. And the people shall be oppressed. Do y'all know what oppressed mean? Y'all really don't. Let's kick the heathens to the curb right now, because what y'all is allowing to come on us is greater than them oppressing us, y'all. That's how bad it is. Now it's in the hand. You remember when Moses would go up to the mountain and the Most High wanted him to move out the way. I'm finna deal with him. Get down, move, let me deal with him. And the people was whining, oh, Moses, please go up on our behalf. Don't let them know. And you know why? This right here. This was taking place right here. It's what you don't want to see. But guess what? It's too late. It's a part of his will. It's a part of the plan to deal with us after the 400 years, because he knew that we wasn't going to learn nothing within them 400 years. We're going to be worse than we were when we got over here, and where we were when we was in our own land, profaning him, disrespecting him, dishonoring him, iniquity from the top of our head to the bottom of our feet. And that's what it is. Now watch what he says here. And the people shall be oppressed. Now, what do oppressed mean in Hebrew? Hebrew Strong 46-42. It means unjust. You know who's unjust? Evil and wicked is unjust. Yah is just. Just is righteous. So unjust is the opposite of just. Unjust is the opposite of righteous and just. Unjust. So unjust means oppressor. He said here, and the people shall be oppressed. Now, guess what, y'all? Do you think the white people are oppressing us today? No, you guys, they ain't oppressing us. Listen to this. Everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor. The children shall behave himself proudly against the ancients. You see how the young men gonna go up against the ancient? Big time. You see? And this is why they are oppressing them. Our own children in our own nation are oppressing us. Now, oppress in the Webster dictionary mean keeping someone in subservience and hardship, especially by unjust exercising of authority. That's what y'all saying. He giving them the authority to wear our tails out. So when I'm running around here, when my kids disrespect me, hold up. Wait a minute, no, what you mean hold up? It's judgment time. Stand down. That's what time it is, Deborah. Stand down. I'm gonna bring you, I'm gonna comfort you to get your blood pressure down. But when I finish, I want you to stand down. Know that this is me. Let me do what I do best. You know, you've learned that about me. This is my will. So all that time you've been on this devil platform telling people, in this day, know that it is the day of my judgment. So every Hebrew man that teaches always talk about, Yah said he's going to judge the house of Israel. Yah said he's going to judge first. They so sick. He already judging them. And they've been, no, I need to stop saying it. Because they might not have known that they're sitting right now in the spirit of Yah's judgment. And there's nothing they're going to be able to do to come out of it. And watch this here. And he said, the children shall behave himself proudly against the ancient. That means they ain't going to listen to daddy, uncle, grandpa, big brother, little brother. They ain't going to listen to nobody. They're going to rule, okay? And it says, and the base against the honorable. Meaning, I don't care if that man is a police. I don't care if he's a sheriff, if he's a judge. Hey, don't make no difference. These kids finna rule y'all tails up and down. You mess with me, you done messed up. And this is what he said. Listen to verse 6. When a man should take hold of his brother of the house of his father. See how they're going to be getting out of it? Saying, thou hast clothing, be thy ruler, and let this ruin be under thy hand. They want to give it to their brother man. Basically, the brother that they think got a little something, they want him to rule now of the household of their father. Father ain't gonna rule. Nobody else ain't gonna rule. Nobody don't want the position no more. Nobody don't want to be over the house no more. Nobody. This is where the mindset of the men are. Nobody don't want to do what they're supposed to do because they're afraid now. Why? The judgment of the Most High is on them right now. Okay. Now listen to this. It's going to be on us too, women. It's going to be on us. And he said that in verse 7, in that day, I hear y'all prophets. Thank you for warning me. Y'all been telling me that. I know y'all have. And I've been saying it too for probably about a year, but now I know it's judgment time. Okay. And he said in verse 8. No, let's finish 7. In that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be a healer, for in my house is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not a ruler of your people. See, ain't nobody gonna want the position, y'all. Y'all see that? Do y'all understand that? Surely do you understand it? Ain't nobody gonna want to have that position where these men are proclaimed to be on these devil platforms. Oh, leaders and rulers and captains and moors and seers and watchmen and rulers and all this. Y'all say this day we're in. Anything they ruling is the devil. Because they're going to get out of anything that caused them to rule their household. They're going to try to turn position. And I was telling my ex-husband, me and he was talking about it. He said, so that's when you've been telling me about how you would say, take this here and make sure y'all pay this here. Make sure you pay this here. And I turn around and get the money to the kids, his kids, and tell them to do it. Yes, because every time he said, you've been looking at me for many years because I've been doing, and it's been about 3 or 4 years, how he turns everything to his sons. No, you the man of the house, do what you're supposed to do. He won't. He turns it over to the daughters and the sons. That's what is going on. Judgment is in the house, and it is in the house of the whole house of Israel. So he said, in that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be a ruler, a healer. For in my house is neither bread nor clothing. I don't have nothing. Make me not a ruler of the people. They don't want to be a ruler anymore. And that's really where they are today. Y'all just ain't gripped it. Y'all just sitting back waiting for them to give y'all the light of the word. And they don't have it. And that's our fault from assuming and blaming them for having it and thinking they had it. They ain't got nothing. Watch this here. And in verse 8, Jerusalem is ruined. And Judah has fallen. Go to Revelation. And that's what he said. The United States, Babylon has fallen. Look what he's saying here. Ain't nobody want to talk about it, do it. You know why? Because he had to judge us first before he judged Babylon. I've been saying that over and over and over. I just didn't know how deep of a hole we are gotten ourselves in by constantly ignoring what he's been trying to get us to see. Now listen to this here in verse 8. And Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen because their tongue and their doings. He's talking about the men. Well, Deborah, why do you say that? He's talking about the men because he says he's going to turn everything over to their children and he's going to make them be the princes over them. That's the males. And then at the top, he's talking all about men. He ain't talking no woman. He's telling you this is what he's doing to them. And this is where they messed up from the floor up because they don't want to see what his righteous will is doing in this last day. They don't want to embrace. They might have knew it. That's why they're trying to keep the women quiet. That's why they want to get that power control over women in a way that they never had. Because they're trying to grip something that they can ruin and control in the midst of what Yah is doing with his judgment. And that's scary. That means a lot of you all have been totally 100 million deceived. Because if that's what they've been doing, knowing that Isaiah 3 was the judgment itself for us, how is it that they bypassed this? They didn't bypass the 7 wives to 1 man. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen there. And women, you go around here and you having babies, have your whatever and be in whatever. But guess what? They're going down. They're going down with the ship. Now listen to this here. In 8, for Jerusalem is ruined and Judah is fallen. Now see, you don't hear them never telling you there's a time period where Yah's will is going to cause the whole house of Israel and the tribe of Judah to fall. They never told y'all that. Now watch this here. Because their tongue and their doings are against Yah. While y'all sitting here on the devil platform waiting for them to give y'all a right now word, to give y'all some light of the Most High Yah. They are ruined. They are ruined. And you're going to see it before you get out of here. And I ain't talking to the promised land. Before you close your eyes, you're going to see everything Sister Deborah is saying. And you're going to experience it if you're one walking in the light. You're going to experience it. That's why he said, I give you, Deborah, the spirit of endurance. That spirit going to help me up in the midst of what I'm going through. That's why it's a spirit. That's why he gives you that. That's a gift. You don't just get it because you want it, because you think it, you feel you in the light. No, that's a gift from the Most High Yah, so that he that endure to the end shall be saved. Endure what? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm trying to get you to see? While we're trying to play patty cake, Babylon going down and we going over to the promised land, they mess you up from the floor up. Look how he's judging them in this day, right now, today. Remember, I always say they doing this, even to 2021. This day, I've been saying that for the last probably year and a half. That's what he told me when he came to comfort me today. You always been on it. You always been on it. Because he always been in me, y'all. Not because I'm flesh and I got it. No. Because he always been the great that he said he would be. That he that's in the world, in thee. And he has been that and some. Now, listen to this. In verse 8, he says, Judah is fallen because their tongue and their doings are against Yah. To provoke the eyes of his glory. They want to provoke him. See, they thinking, oh, we the people. We are getting up out of here. They messing with us. They doing this. And Yah said, wait a minute. I've been waiting for thousands of years to judge y'all tales. Y'all just think. All those thousands of years and all those captivities he put the children of Israel in from the beginning to the end. All those pleading and begging and showing them miracles and signs of what he would give them. If you do this, I give you this. If you do this, I do this. Taking them and giving them the promised land, the richest land on the face of the earth. But yet, it couldn't move a people. So it makes so much sense how he going to be able to take a people over to the promised land, because he's going to be and set his judgment against what's going on now. That's beautiful. Oh, that's so beautiful to me. It's beautiful because it shows me that they're not getting away with it. And that's all Sister Deborah been teaching since she been on here. They doing this, they doing this, they doing this, they doing this. And nobody saying nothing. Everybody listening to them and everybody listening to them. Everybody magnifying them. Everybody glorifying them. Everybody boosting them. I've been saying that every year I've been on here. Now Yah is showing me the outcome of every word he invested in me to let me know that what was going on. Now he's showing me in this day. All right. And like he said, because their tongues and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory. Thank you, Father. Yeah. Now, this is another thing Sister Deborah have been getting on, not getting on you all, but telling you all about. He says, the show of their countenance do it witness against them. And that's what I used to tell y'all. I tell y'all, they get on here and they doing this and they saying this and y'all just eating it up. That's what I told y'all. And everybody just eating it up. Oh, I like you. I praise you. Oh, you sound good. You do. And he's sitting here telling, it shows on their face. It shows. The show of, on verse 9, the show of their countenance do it witness against them. That means the look, they whole look And I don't get why people can't grip that. And that bothers me. People with all these big earrings and got Yah on it and got Yah around their neck. He said, don't do that. Wood and stone can't worship me. So don't build up. Oh, that's an idol. But nobody don't want to hear that. You see, he let them do. He sat there and he letting them do everything they want. And now I'm okay. So you all ain't gonna hear about me telling y'all what they doing no more. Not in that sense. I'm gonna bring y'all the right now word of the Most High Yah. But all that other stuff, I'm done with it. He comforted me enough today to let me know you keep running. Keep running this race, Deborah. Just as you was a young girl running the race, when they shot that gun, it was like you was running for your life. Go ahead, run your race. Because this race that you're in, you're doing a good job. And I don't need nobody on no platforms to tell me that. Because when he comes, the comforter, he'll tell you all things. He'll comfort you in the midst of where you at. And that's what he did. He knew I was getting sick. I was turning my body to be sick because I did not want to go to Texas with my daughters. Because I know you disrespect me one more time, they're going to have to land this plane or this plane going down. Because either you going to go out of it, because I'm going to throw you out of it, or it's going down. And that's just he knew. Hallelujah. He knew that I am non-tolerant to iniquity and sin and unrighteous. I can't stand it. And then you stand before me, you can't do that. Because I got the spirit of discerning. And then he'd sit here and get on me. Why didn't you try that spirit by the spirit, Deborah? But you come asking me what was that, and all you had to do is use what I invested in you. I'm in you. I'm the greatest. But use what I got in you to discern these signs, and you'll be okay. So here he's saying in verse 9 of Isaiah 3:9, the men did y'all wrong. They did the sons, they did the daughters, they did the women, and they did the other men. And it's kind of sad that all these men in the Hebrew Israelite movement have fallen so deep. I call it going way out in the ocean, and they ain't gonna find their way back to dry land. Because if they get a hold to this here, and the spirit of the Ruach HaKodesh break it down in them, and he won't have to do very much, because it's pretty much telling you what he's doing. And when he's saying in verse 7, in that day, what day is that? Hey, wait a minute. What day is that? This day we're in, the day of his judgment upon his people. Now watch this here. And he's in verse 9, he says, show of their countenance, do it witness against them. Okay, he's letting you know it's y'all issue, it's y'all problem. If y'all can't look at them and see, it's all written on their face. Now watch this here. And they declare their sin. Declaring their sin is meaning they know that they're wrong in what they teaching you, what they showing you, what they revealing to you, and what they lying to you in, and they don't care. They declaring it to be, and they don't care about it. Just like what? As Sodom, they hid it not. And this is something else I told you all many a times on this devil platform. It is a great number of our men of Israel. I'm thinking, this is me, y'all. I would say 60-70% that's in the closet and out of the closet and have been for quite some time. And on these devil platforms teaching you. Okay? That's why he said the show of their conscience, do it witness against them. Why? Because I sent my prophet and I instilled in her to judge the eyes. She can look at the eyes. She can look at the shoulders. She can look at the elbows and tell what man, that's me. He did that when I was young. What man been tampered with or is tampering with men on men? Yes. Okay. That was given to me as a teenager. And I practiced it. And that's how I got wise in it. Because when he gave it to me, I didn't know what to do with it until he showed it to me. How to box the eye and how to look at the shoulders and how to look at the elbow of a man. It would determine who's been tampered with, male on male. Okay. And then he says, so when he said the show of their countenance do it witness against them, you know how them what is cross dressers and people who shows that they don't care. Hey, so what? See, this is what they're doing, and he's speaking to Jerusalem and Judah. They falling. That means they falling out of his order, y'all. And y'all on these devil platform putting them all up here in the midst of our judgment. That's why Deborah said, no more coming on here bothering these, or not bothering, but talking about these men. It was all true, said the Most High. He said, everything you told me is what I've told you and what I've told you. But I want to give you this so you can be free from it and go to the next of what I send you to do, your next mission. Because the truth be told, it's sitting right here. We're in that day. I keep asking y'all, have y'all noticed the crime that they doing? The way they killing, the women killing their babies, men killing their babies and their women. What y'all don't see what our nation is doing? I'm whining this here. I don't know, for about a year and a half, just whining it. And it ain't getting nowhere. Because these people can't, it's stiff. Let me go here. And he said, and they hide it. They hide it not. He said, ain't no shame. They ain't got no shame in what they doing. Woe unto their soul. It's mean woe unto their spirit, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. You see, that's what Sister Deborah be saying. So when people used to say, well, oh, she on our men and we got some good men. You look, you can say what you want to say. What is thy said the Most High saying in this day, today, with his judgment? He's saying it right here. We can make it and make it look a certain way that we want it to look, so we can feel a certain way. You go right ahead. The judgment is before you. And wait till you hear what he said. That's going to happen to your sons, your husbands, your father, your granddaddy, and everybody. You're going to hear it. Okay. Now he says, woe unto their spirits, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Okay, verse 10. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Yes, yes, yes. And that's what they've been doing on these platforms, males and females, just feeding y'all a bunch of everything and letting you think that all is well because I'm trying to get a check. I don't care about what I'm feeding you. I don't care what I'm teaching you. I don't care what I'm telling you. I'm trying to get a check. I don't know what you're trying to do. And in the process of them trying to get their little check, that's what they're doing. They're kicking you lies to the curb, making you think they're holier than thou. Now, verse 11. Woe unto the wicked. It shall be ill with him. For the reward of his hand shall be given him. Now, this is where it hurts, y'all. As he gave me Isaiah 3, and he told me Isaiah 3 and 4, I will give the children to be their princes, and the babes shall rule over. Watch this here. We still in Isaiah 3. At the top of Isaiah 3, it says the day of Yahuwah. It's the day he judged us as the house of Israel. And this is what he says. Verse 12. As for my people. So when I went over this here with the man today, I said, where's the power punch? Listen to this. As for my people, children are their oppressors. That's who's giving us a hard time, y'all. That's who's going to give us a hard time. It's our own bloodline. Okay? They're going to do it to us, y'all. They're going to want us to feel like we don't want to live no more. It's going to be our children. Okay. And women rule over them. You see that? He's letting the men know you done enough. I'm gonna switch the switch on you, and I'm gonna let women rule over you. So that's why the men are hating on you. That's why the men are hating and killing the women. You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to stop this prophecy. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop this prophecy. That's why they don't want to go in the house and raise their children. Y'all didn't know that, did you? These men don't want to go in that house and raise those children because they know already they are trying to escape anything that they were created to be in the midst of. And they've been running for that for quite some time. But now they definitely ain't coming into the women's household. That's why they got you thinking they leaving the household and the women doing this to us and the women and the men, the women not being submissive and they won't do what we tell them. We the head. All right, a minute. Wait a minute. What do Isaiah, the 3rd chapter of Isaiah, told you? The day of judgment. Who's gonna rule? He said your children. And women gonna be what? Women rule over them. The women gonna rule. Watch this here. As my people, the children are their oppressor. Now, who do you think the children are? Do you think that was the heathens? I'm going to get y'all where they mess y'all up. A lot of y'all, they have deceived. Now it makes sense why the number of the great falling away exists. Why the number of hell being enlarged. Why the number of the gate that leads to destruction. It makes sense now. Because you and many others are going to go there if you ain't in right with the Most High God. Because think of this, verse 12, as for my people, children are their oppressor. Wait a minute, Father God. I don't think these people on this live understand what you said. You're turning around and reversing the heathens that was our oppressor. And now you're saying the children, he said, because the 400 years been up. Okay, now it's a new day and time. It's time for me to judge the whole house of Israel. And this is how I chose to judge you. And there ain't nobody do nothing about it. Okay, it is what he said. So while our men are killing their women, while Pastor Dow, GLOC, many of these men, New Breed, all of them is trying to teach hate. Men, you rule your household. You fail to realize he said the children going to rule. So how are you going to buckle up against the will of the Most High Yah? That's why all this killing is going on. Remember I said, well, do y'all see it? Y'all don't look at the news. Y'all don't see what our people are doing. That's why they're doing it. Because they're trying to buckle up on the will of the Father. Instead of trying to get their spirit right with Yah. And said, Father, whatever. That's what he was telling me. He said, I come to comfort you because I want you to bring that blood pressure down. I want you to know what you already know, but I want to bring it to your bosom so you can see exactly what it is. And that's what he was sharing with me. And it did. It brought that blood pressure down, y'all. It brought me down to the point where I just thanking him in my spirit. I was so happy because he was showing me it ain't never been you. You ain't never been off balance. You always been on it. You always been on it. So even when you taught your children and when you told them the things that they did was wrong and hey, that you ain't gonna tolerate this and you always been on it. And that's what they would hate. It's because you always nailed it to the wall. And that's where the issue is at. Now, here in verse 12 of chapter 3 and verse 12 of Isaiah, it says, as my people, children are their oppressor. Wait a minute, Father Yah. I asked the man, I said, now, where's the power punch in that? He said, oppressor? I said, no. The women? No. The power punch is he calling you my people. He calling you his people, but yet telling you what he's about to put on you. You can't see it, can you? You cannot see it, can you? He say, as for my people, this is the Most High Yah, the children are their oppressor. I'm going to let the children oppress their tear until they in the ground. See, y'all thought it was the heathens. Y'all thought it was the white man. Oh, they put us in slavery. They did. The brothers got y'all thinking that to get y'all focused on what y'all was really about to do. Because they wanted to make everybody believe that if we focus on what the white man done, then we don't have to worry about what Yah was about to do to us. That's sad. That's straight up sad. And this is what he's doing. Now watch this here. He said, and the women rule over them. Oh, my people. You see him? Ain't the Most High wonderful? He's still calling you his people. They which led thee cause thee to error and destroy the way of the path. Those that who led, see what they didn't understand, not the one that he's causing to be over you, but those who had led you was wrong before he allowed this a judgment to come upon you. See, the judgment is up on you, just like, okay, let me set an example. You remember how we did in the promised land, and he allowed British and all of them to come over the seas and take us, and here we are, was it come on slave ship, and he prophesied that it was him that do all that. That's what's happening to us now. He's telling us this is another stage. This is the final stage. Because even after the 400 years, I gave you 400 more years. After all these thousands of years, I kept sending you to captivity to get you right. Kept sending you to captivity. Kept stretching out my right hand to you, getting you out, taking you out, setting you free, being in the midst of you, loving on you, giving you this, taking you here and taking you there. And you never had no respect. The judgment is right on time. It's right in the perfect place. I'm saying it in the spirit, y'all. It is so in the perfect place. Because if the 400 years is over, it's time we get a foot up in our tail. That's what I've been saying all these years. All he has done and all we walk around here thinking is somebody else bothering us. But we ain't seen that what we have done to him after he listed our name on listed us under his name. We out here acting like the worstest of the worst. And we were, because we did it to a creator. Ain't nobody else did that to him. Ain't nobody else did that. But we, our people, this new awakening, this newfound denomination, this new religion, it's coming to deceive you full force. And now you're in the midst of judgment. And when I say in the midst, that's something for each and every one of y'all to understand where you at. You really don't get it. I know you don't. Because the midst of this judgment is critical. This is the judgment of the Most High Yah toward a people that he have let by with everything for thousands of years, 300,000 years, just years, letting us by with everything. Always there to bring us out. Put us in captivity and bring us out. Put us in captivity, bring us out. Give us this, give us this, give it this. Kill these people for you and do everything. So this is our judgment. This is it, y'all. Now listen to what he said. He still said in verse 12, "O my people, they which led thee caused thee to error." Now, some people would think it's the children. No, he talking about the one that had led you, which was the men. They led you and caused you to error and destroyed the way of the path. This is why I got this judgment on you. They never kept the path of righteous. So I'm going to put the kids, let the kids oppress them. I'm going to let the women rule over them. Now watch this here. That's what the men are mad about, y'all. I forgot to tell y'all. That's why they mad. That's why they killing up. That's why they got this hate, and the hate spirit is out to support them in their hate toward their own women. That's why they're doing that. And see, we thinking I ain't thinking it because y'all told me it was a spirit of hate that's went out among our men. Now it makes sense. They hating what they didn't read. They don't want that woman over them. Now, let me tell y'all something. Do y'all understand what that means? That's telling you that the men of the house of Israel are buckling up against y'all's will. They buckling up against y'all's will. Say, we ain't gonna let that happen. We ain't gonna let what you trying to do happen. Oh yeah, we'll let the kids do. We just get out the house. But we ain't gonna let no woman do nothing. We're gonna buckle up against you on that. You see? So they think they being smart. They think they buckling up a toward. That's why they jumped all the way from Isaiah 3 over here to 4 and said 7 women to 1 man. And they built a story based on that. But Sister Deborah finna tell you, y'all better go reading that in the spirit realm, and you'll see why there were 7 women to 1 man. Because even in this same, listen here, even in this here same chapter 3, he go on to telling you. Now watch this here. In verse 13, the Lord standeth up to plead and standeth up to judge the people. That's where we at, y'all. The Lord standeth up to plead and standeth to judge the people. That's what it's all about. When you see the children oppressing the people and the women ruling. O my people that led thee, caused thee to error. He ain't talking about the women and the children. They didn't lead you. You led yourself, me and on me, and leading each other. And that's what he's talking about. And destroy the path, thy path. You see? And he's turned around and said in 13, the Lord standeth up to plead and standeth to judge the people. See, he already let you know you mine, but I'm finna cut you up real good. I'm finna cut you up for sure. It's time to judge. Okay? And here in 14, the Lord will enter into judgment. See there? With the ancient of his people. You see? He going after our forefathers and our elders. He's going after. Judgment is at the door, y'all. While we run around here trying to say, oh, they bothering us. They trying to shoot our whole nation. They trying to vaccinate all of our people. Everything is always about the Hebrew Israelites. Somebody doing something to you. Y'all been setting you free and had a stretched out arm to you, arm and a hand out to you for so long. You too ignorant to even see it nor feel it. And all we can do is blame the white man. Oh, they this and they that. Oh, this and this. Always got an issue with them. But never saw the ugliness that rests therein, that Yah said, I'm coming to judge the whole house of Israel first. Now, here in 14, the Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people and the princes thereof. That means men. Okay. And then he says, for ye have eaten up the vineyard and spoiled, the spoil of the poor is in your house. What meaneth ye that ye beat my people to pieces and grid the faces of the poor, said Yahuwah of hosts. Now, he's telling them what they did, and he's here to judge them for it. Now, why is it we making every issue in the world about them bothering us and y'all about to take us over to the promised land? They refuse to teach you all that in this day, the 400 years been over. We should have learned something then. We didn't need it. We never learned anything. He always putting us in captivity and taking us out. We always come out even fat-headed, our head be blown up and puffed up, worse than when we were in captivity. Look over it and remember when the Israelites were brought out of Egypt and he parted the Red Sea, brought them on land and just parted them. What did they do as soon as they got over there? Cut up from the floor up. You get what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's the same way today. We blame everybody else. We had 400 years to seek our Yah because he was always ours. We had 400 years. We get up one day and figure we got one way to control our people and gain power. Let's open us up a newfound denomination called the Hebrew Israelite movement. And let's call it awakening. We woke now. You see what Sister Deborah been saying? What are you woke up to? Stupidity? Because you ain't got no sense. You ain't woke up to nothing else. You ain't woke up to spirit and truth. And this is spirit and truth. His judgment is upon. Now, let me not say upon. Is in the midst of the whole house of Israel this day. And he said, here, the Lord of hosts, moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are naughty and walk it with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. And that's when you wear all them eyelashes. You know, you see them, the bigger the white man make them for you, the bigger you want them on your face. Anything they create for us, we run out there and get it. And I'm going to tell you, all of this here that everybody's running around here mimicking is what the white man set out there for us, and we grabbed it and made it us. I wish he would give us a look, us women, of what the women of the Bible back in the old and the new, as they call it. I call it one, but see how they was really dressed and how their hair was together. They didn't run around here with what way people, they got you looking like a Hebrew, not a Hebrew, yeah, a slave. That's about right. A mop head. And they don't got you looking like that. Them people wasn't looking like that. There's millions of pictures. I went to the art museum and saw all this stuff that they had for back in the days. And I was like, these women were gorgeous. Their clothes fit them really nice. They weren't walking around like they are in the cotton field. They head all wrapped and been in the sun for a million years. That's the way they got the Hebrew Israelite women dressing. And they thinking they in a newfound religion. It's just like the Pentecostal. Oh, you have to wear long dresses. You know, you can't wear earrings. You can't wear, see all of this stuff. Y'all here. We're going to get to, I'm just going to do a portion of this and then I'm going to go on down. Isaiah 3, verse 16. Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are naughty and walk in a stretched neck and wanting eyes, there's some eyelashes blinking and all that makeup on them eyelashes and everything. And they have a real long, I wear eyelashes every now and then. I do. I wear them because I don't have any. So they put them on there to give me, but it makes it look like I have natural eyelashes, but I don't go putting them, all to where it's just out. You would never know I had them on. I put it like that. But he still say he's going to purge that mess. He's going to take all that. Okay. And I like him saying that. I love what he's saying. And in here and everything. And this is what I want everyone to do. In Isaiah 3, verse 16 on down. And I'm going to wrap it up in 24 and bring it back over into 25 and 26. Here are the things that he's going to take away from women. And I'm going to tell you something. It is a blessing. It is a blessing for the Most High to what does he say? Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. See, you had some secret parts about you that the Most High is going to bring forth. You see what I'm saying? But the reason why he's taking that for you, because that was his glory he gave you. And we gave it to man, telling he got it all wrapped up like it's all for him. Y'all say I ain't never created anything for a man outside of creating him and her to meet my will. That's what he said. They were to meet my will. That's why he didn't put a lot of things in the biblical about how a man should love on his wife in a way that we describe love. He wanted him to love on her and giving himself, his whole self to her, not giving her all this fake love type of mess. You see, he never, and you won't find it in the beginning to the end. You won't find it. I heard Solomon was saying some things, and I heard that all that was spiritual. It didn't have nothing to do with a female. But see, that's how our men mindset are. But I feel sad for them today because what Yah has explained to me, that you have always been on it. You have always been on it. That's why they won't go to your page. They knew. So it gives me the feeling of knowing that the men in the Hebrew Israelite movement and in the awakening program, they knew. That's why they hate no women. Because Yah has charged the judgment to come upon them as the woman would rule. But the children would rule the both. You get what I'm saying? See, and they ain't gonna want to accept that. So they buckle up against it. And that's why, how they buckle up against it, they counteract it to keep it from coming to play. Let's get them women to shut up. Keep their mouth closed. Okay? So if they mouth open, then they'll read this and they'll tell the truth of what's really going on in this day. They don't want that. And see, that's what Yah come to comfort me. And in his process of comforting me, he was explaining to me that the reason why my children has the mouth that they have and the heart to not feel that they are being disrespectful, and whatever they do, they feel they justify, even though it's unjust. And no matter how I give them biblical and break it down, in them, you're the wrong and they are the right. But y'all said, when you go back to here, what does it say, Deborah? I said, Father, you're right. I salute your will. And that's all he wants us to do. Have respect for what he already predestined. And this is what he's predestined. And as he goes on the daughters of Zion, if you got her eating off all on the side and in the back, that's not the crime. But you are truly a blessed woman to receive the scab from the crown of your head, because that's the only part that he said he's going to have a scab in the crown. And you look up the crown, it's showing you the crown is the center, right in the back. Why? Because when you got hair here, you can always pull it back. So he ain't coming to make you look bad, but he's coming to judge you in the order in which he judges you. And I love him for it. I love him for this. And if you ain't got that crown, you better think about that. You better think about that, because he's only doing the one he loved. Y'all didn't know that, did y'all? The one with the crown is going to be the one with the scab. Is going to be the one that he loved. And if you read it, you can see it. Watch this. And this is another thing he was sharing with me. And I said, Father, but I was trying to say that, but he was telling me all up in here about the daughters of Zion. In verse 17, he said that therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. The Lord, see, he got some secret parts invested in you. And you know what? As you go on down, guess what I found out? It kind of made me really sad, y'all. You know how I always tell me they got you wrapped up in long clothes and covered all up? Y'all say he's going to strip all that from you. Now, if it was all in any righteousness, why would he want to strip you from that? You see? He said, just like I used to tell y'all, role-playing clothes. Take off them role-playing clothes. That's all it is to him. He's going to take you out of all that, all the jewelry and stuff that people put around their hand, all the beads with his name on it, all that. He's going to take all that mess. And that's what verse 18 all the way down to verse 23. And guess what else it was? See this hat I got on? Bunnies, wraps, head coverings. He's stripping you from it. Now, if it was a righteous thing, why would he want to strip you from that? That's only what man has put on you. You see? Now, if the man is so over you and the head of you, why is Yah putting a scab on the crown of your head? You see? Because he know he gave you that glory. And he can take it away. Blessed be the name of the Most High Yah. You see what I'm saying? So wait a minute. What happened to man? I'm supposed to, this is supposed to be my husband. You get what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? How messed up from the floor up, the mindset. Now, in verse 20, and as you go all the way down, you'll see the hood, the fine linen, the hoods, the veils, all the stuff that the women run around here now thinking they covering up. You see, Iran where they women that got all of this covered, only got eyes to where you can see out of eyes. Men has made women that way. That's why women are out in the tribe of Judah crazy, dressing any old way, just trying to get a look to make them feel like they someone, but they can hang it up. Them days are over. Those days are over, said the Most High Yah. In verse 24, Isaiah 3:24, it says, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there should be stank. You hear me, women? That scab, and you are going to be stinking. Watch this here. And instead of a rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness. Well-set hair, right in the middle of your hair. I used to do hair, okay? I started, I think I was about 6, 7, 8. I really got really good at 8, but I always could do hair really good. I used to do people in my community hair when I was a freshman in high school. When I did my hair, it always looked like a wig. And I used to get a kick out of there doing hairstyles, like in the magazines. And people would say, "Oh, is that a wig? Can I touch it?" Everybody always want to touch, and they always thought it was a wig. The main part of my head, of my hair, was thick, right in the crown, right there. It was thick. Okay, that's where the baldness. That's where he's going to see to it that the daughters of Zion scab in the crown, and that's here, of their head. So that's where the baldness is going to be. And you're going to be stinking too, women. Okay? Now watch this here. Instead of stomach and girding of sackcloth and burning instead of beauty. Why? Because the beauty, that was your glory. See, you ain't gonna be looking good. You're gonna be in sackcloth. Okay? So go to 25. We finna sum this up. You see in 25. And I asked the man that was next to me, I say, when you read the verse 25, tell me what the power punch is. And he said, let's read verse 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. See, when you find men that think they tough and they bad, they gonna have their guns and we gonna shoot if anybody bother us. We gonna got firepower. We mighty. Look what y'all said they gonna do to him. Now, what is he talking about? Many of you all won't even know what he's talking about. He's talking about in verse 25, the power punch in verse. Man couldn't even tell me what the mighty. Then he thought the power punch was the fall. The power punch is he telling the women, these are thy men. Throughout chapter 3 of Isaiah, he kept calling them my people. Oh, my people. But here he letting the women know this is a part of how I'm going to purge you to get you right. Thy men, meaning thy brothers, thy uncles, thy husband, thy cousin, thy grandfather, thy dad, your father, I'm going to kill them. That's what he said. They're going to fall by the sword. And even those who think they big and bad, they're going to die in the war. And then what did he say? And their gates shall lament, and moan. That means you're going to be crying because you lost your sons. You lost your husbands. You lost your father because y'all going to do away with. That's our judgment, y'all. You hear me, women? But he ain't going to judge you like that. He's going to save you. The heaviness you're going to have is the sorrow of losing your men and your mighty men. And the scab that's going to be in your head that's going to be burning. This is the judgment to the whole house of Israel. You see how he judged the men? You see that? And he said that you're going to be, listen to this, and her gate shall lament and moan, and she being desolated shall set upon the ground. That's what you're going to do. Women, you all going to be crying and moaning. You're going to be burning in your scab. You're going to be stinking. But that's all because of what he's about to do to you. You're going over to the New Jerusalem. Not the New Jerusalem. Let me get there. You're going over to the plan. It's them that ain't going. That's why they are against you. That's why they are against you. See, you thought, at least I thought, I said, the Most High says a spirit, and it is. That makes them have that hate. But that's why they talk against you and getting you in control. They buckling up to this prophecy that got to happen. You see, they buckling up in it. And that's why all the stuff that's happening in the world, we can't get caught up in it. We got to focus on what is going on and find a way to bow down before the mighty. Most High Yah and plead and beg and repent, moan right now. You see, it ain't time. You see where it says they're gonna fall by the sword. Don't you? 99.9 of the women to me in our nation, they don't believe the men are out here dying. Sister Deborah been on here for a couple of years telling y'all don't see all these people killing, these brothers killing it. I'm like saying to myself, Father, why is it they can't see this? Nobody ain't talking about nothing. This is why. This is why. Whether they talk about it or not, y'all say it's on. This is my prophecy. This is going to happen. This is the judgment that I'm going to place upon the whole house of Israel. The Israel have fallen. So Israel and the tribe of Judah has fallen before America fall. And y'all running around here waiting for the Babylon to come down. You see how they got y'all screwed? And I've been telling you all, these men are dying and they killing their children. Why? Because why do y'all think they doing that? Because that spirit that's out there, that's judging them, don't care about their own seed. Don't care if they feed them. They don't care about nothing. They don't want to stay in the house. They want to be on the streets, on drugs, on alcohol. And that's why it bothers me to see Malachi and Hakeem in here talking about urban diet. I mean, herbs and spices and all this remedy to so you can live longer. Baby, you know where you at? You in the day of judging the whole house of Israel. How dare you think it's time for you to come up with a new invention so you can be known? That's what I'm saying. It's not time for our women and men to get on this devil platform and be parading and trying to get people to give them more likes and more subscribers while they talk about any and everything. They are all off course. So at the sound of my voice, you all don't know how deep this message is. You are in the day of judgment. And everything is going to take place. That's why, you know, a lot of the Hebrew Israelites are really waiting for Babylon to come down. Babylon ain't coming down. You going down first. He just told you. Jerusalem and Judah has fallen. The men have fallen and the women going to trip all over them. The children are going to rule. The young men are going to rule over them. But y'all going to take them out as well. He's going to take them out as well. Because he said it right here. On 14, the Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients, which is our forefathers and their fathers all the way up into our fathers today, of his people. He called them his people, so we know he's talking about Hebrews. And then he said, and the princes. That he said, and the princes thereof, meaning their sons. Y'all don't get it. And that's why when you jump down to 4, Isaiah 4, it says, in that day. In what day? The day of the judgment of the Most High Yah, 7 women shall take a hold of one man. Why? Because that's what's going to be left. And they not taking a hold of a man. What they going to be taking hold of after they have been purged by Yah, they're going to be taking hold of what Yah going to put in the midst of them to bring them to him. And he's going to make them holy. It tells you in chapter 4 all the way down, letting the women know he ain't going to kill you. He going to say after the women has been washed away, they feel, he said in verse 4, when the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion. Y'all are the one that he's going to take over to the new, over to the. Remember he said, I got to put a new name in them. And he said he's going to put a new heart in them. And here it's telling them, here in 4, when the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment. Did not I tell y'all that? He told me the spirit of hate is out there And that's what these men are grafting. That's why they killing their mama, their daddy, their sisters, their brothers, their babies, themselves. They killing brothers by brothers. I've seen so many killings today, I don't even know if I'm going to come. But that's why. It's the judgment of the Most High Yah is set upon them. And they can't even discern it. So I tell you all, read Isaiah 3 and 4. And you can keep on going. But this is that day that he spoke up. And women, he ain't talking about killing you. He talking about purging you, getting you right. And he even said after he have done that, the Lord will create upon every dwelling place of the Mount Zion and upon her assembly a cloud of smoke by day. And he's telling you how women, yes, you're going to be the ones. It's going to be the small remnant that go over to the New Jerusalem. Not the New Jerusalem. I got to stop saying that. To the promised land. That's what that is. They're that filthiness. When I seen that filthy he said, when the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, that told me right then. That's the same thing he said, that when he take them over to the Mount Zion, he's going to clean their filth. So that's them. See? And that's what the men know. They know y'all going to be the one to go. They know y'all going to be the one that he going to clean up and take over there. That's why they saying the things that they saying about the women. That's why they trying to get you under their control, under their rulership, because they trying to beat you down as much as possible. But they don't even understand. We right now in this day, the Most High Yah is beating them down in judgment. Anybody have any questions regarding anything I said? Did you want to ask any questions? Anybody have any questions or understood anything that? Yeah, you're right. So I know you remember in 2017. I know you remember. Y'all was with me way before then, wasn't y'all? Yeah. So in the live chat, tell me, do you understand anything that I just said? Did you follow through in the Bible, Isaiah 3? That's right. It makes sense why they're out of control. So how do we embrace it? Now we got to embrace it. And how are you going to do that? How you, hey, how are you going to embrace it? Huh? How you going to embrace it? How would we or you embrace it? Okay, is the good men of Yah going to be saved or purged? Oh, most definitely. They're gonna be purged, but they're gonna be saved. But it's not gonna be the reason why he really gave them that ideal of 7-1. He wants to let the women know you're gonna outweigh them because I got plans for you. Because if you go back here where he says he's going to listen to this in 17, he said, therefore, if the Lord will smite with a scab of the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will what? Discover their secret parts. See, some secrets about you in Yah that he knows about. He's going to discover it. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they know that. See, that's what I think is kind of sad. That's why I kind of feel sad for them, because I now realize that they might have already knew that. And that's why they're hating women so much. That's why they're not coming in unity with anyone, especially their women. That's why you see all these women getting killed. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to hit it probably in this state alone. I'm sure about 100 women are dying per day in the house of Israel by their men. And ain't nobody saying nothing about it. Nobody. And that's what it is. That spirit are allowing it, and it's coming upon them because the women are going or someone in Yah. Let's put it like that. They special in Yah. So you say embrace it. You know what you can't embrace that, baby. It's beyond embracing. Okay. You know what you have to do? Pray. Yah probably already gave it to you. It's called the spirit of endurance. That means no matter what this whole world do, say if they want to make everybody get the vaccine, the vaccine. Say if they want to poison everybody food. Say if they want, y'all saying, when you know and you come to the truth, I will give you the spirit to endure all their wickednesses they're going to do. And you'll be just selling it like it ain't nothing. So it's a part of not embracing it, but asking for the spirit of endurance. Yeah, humble might help because humble shows that, hey, I'm through with it, Father. I'm giving this to you. It's nothing I can do but trust in you. That's what humble, that means go low. Keep low. That's right. You can see the Most High, so salute the Most High, because when you salute him, you're saying, okay, Father, this is your will. I love you for it. Do y'all hear me? Do you hear me what I'm saying? Just it's not for, that's how I had to do it today. I had to salute the fact that all this pain that I'm going through in regards to trying to understand my sick grown children is vain and vax. Wait a minute, just salute the Father's will. Look, Deborah, here it is. Now I'm okay. Now I'm okay. Oh, good, good, good. You understood it. Very good. Yep, he have a special 7. Yeah, you know it. See, they won't cover that either. You see that? They won't cover it. But see how you pick that out? You know it, don't you? You go to Revelation, there's 7 is, oh, so why was that 7? You see? Why was he putting that statement? And then watch this here. Watch this here, y'all. Listen to this. Listen to this. Chapter 4 says in verse 1 in Isaiah, and in that day 7 women shall take a hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, we will wear our own purple, only let us be called by thy name, watch this here, to take away our reproach. Now, who can only take away your reproach? Not no man, only the Father himself. See, what the men didn't understand, y'all was sending a special message. And see, you have to really get into it to realize what he was saying. And they thinking they going to have 7 wives. We're going to really be having us a good time. That's their ignorance. But please ask the Most High, if it be his will, he might already have that in you. He might already have given you that gift of endurance. And that's when you, like the stuff that's going on, you'll be able to endure it. Say, for instance, they start locking people up. It won't affect you because you're enduring. Like, hey, and everybody be crying into you and trying to get you to help them, and you're enduring it. You see what I'm saying? Whatever happened, it's a spirit you have to have, and it's a spirit of a characteristics of the Most High. It's a spirit of protecting you, because he said what? He that endure until the end shall be what? Saved. So how I'm going to endure and I'm in flesh? His spirit, his gift of endurance will cause you to endure until the end. That's what you got. See, you got it right here. You sure do. Endure until the end. That's why. Because we need that spirit. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I told you, if I had to get on a plane with my daughters and they said something out of line, they would have to crash that plane. I'm serious, y'all. I ain't got no sense. They would have to crash that plane. That's how I think I'm fed up. I am, so I'm like, okay. And I'm getting, what should I do? Should I already pay for the ticket? I said, oh no. My son said he's going to pay for it. But I told him no, and I already paid for it. And I'm just like, oh no. Oh. So I'm just going through. But when y'all paid me a visit to comfort me and show me that, Deborah, it's time out. It's time to give all that up. Let it go. See, here it is. And why I'm getting mad and angry and blood pressure going up. He said, here it is. So when I see it, what do I do? I embrace his will. That's it. I look at it and say, oh, this is the Father's will here. Let me salute it and keep it going. It's his will. Exactly. It's his will. That's right. And he loves it when you accept his will, y'all. He loves it when you accept his will. Why? You remember when he said he created man and woman, and in them he created them. He created them. Okay? He did that because he wanted man and woman to meet each other, to meet his will. That's why Tina Turner was saying what love got to do with it. Really, honestly, a lot of them was saying some things that was really true. It ain't got nothing to do with pleasing, he pleasing you or you pleasing him in that form. That's the way the world put love. But y'all put it to where you can complete, you and him can meet his will together. And what they do? Complete his will. It ain't our will, it's his will. You see? So when he said help meet, to meet his will, that's what I mean. To meet his will. Leave your mother and father and cleave to the one that's going to help you meet my will. That's why when they put in there, a woman was created for man, not man for woman, that's some bull crap. That's some bull crap. Because y'all say nothing was created for nobody but him. And man has set everything up to their pleasure of their flesh. Endure to the end. Yes. And just give them to him. He'll do it. And you know what he'll say? He said, once you really trust in his will, guess what he'll do? He'll cause your husband to love you in a way that he say a man is to love a woman, and he'll cause your children to be lining up with what he is still controlling, but yet they are not going to take you over the hill. And that's what has happened to me. That's why I have that non-tolerance still there. You know, they're not going to walk up and just totally disrespect me. They're not going to do that. But if they do, you know, I don't put my kids on pedestals and then think that they ain't going to be like nobody else. Oh, no, no, no. Because the moment you do that, y'all start letting all kind of things come up in your household. And a lot of women and men, especially women, they think their kids are exempt. Oh, they are. No, I got mines way over in the woods. They can't nothing happen to mine. Baby, please. Y'all let homosexual come up in that house just as quick. He'll let anything. And you'll wonder, wait a minute, they never went out to school. They never went out in the world. They don't got nothing to do with it. Y'all say you think you prepare, you so holy than thou, yours is so different. I'll bring it all up in your household to show you. He said a sun shine on the righteous as well as the unrighteous. So it's no way women and men can think that theirs is going to be excluded. No. Take the wheel, Father. You know, they were saying something about that wheel, and it's in the Bible. Is also there's a wheel that has to do with UFOs, but it's connected to the biblical. He speaks about it. All faith and trust in him. There it is. Let me now. This is the main question I have for those that are in the live chat, and I want to see your response. What do you think that this message was about? Ezekiel will? Oh yeah, I read that one too. Yes, I did. What do you think this message was about? I don't know if I covered it good enough, but I feel good. I feel good because, like I said, he came to me today and helped me get what I was struggling with together, which was that dizziness and that headache. So I understand that Let not the cares of the world take you there. Let not your heart be troubled. Okay. He that endure until the end. All these sort of things he brought forth to me to let me know these things need be, Deborah. They got to be, baby. They got to be. So prepare your body to what? Accept. That's it. You got it. You sure right. It's about the judgment of Yah is here. Now, one thing you're going to start doing, I don't know how many of you are going to experience this. You're going to start hearing more of them talk about it. You're going to start hearing more of them talk about it. Oh, yeah. That Ezekiel will. Yep. That's right. Let his will be done. And don't look at it as somebody done something to you. Let's do it like that. Don't look at when you see your family members acting funny with you and acting crazy. See, this is what I was saying to y'all need to get. Y'all need to pick up what I'm saying. If you don't pick it up, go back to Isaiah 3, chapter 3, and read chapter 3 and chapter 4, and then you'll see his love. He'll meet you there. Go back there and read that, child, and he'll meet you there. If you didn't fully understand what I was saying, go back into it and let the Most High meet you there. And he'll lay it out like he did with me. He did it for me. I know he'll do it for you. Especially if you really want to know what this sister is talking about. And he'll lay it straight out because it takes away that burden and that worrying about how family members are acting towards you or how people treat you or how your husband might, be acting or how your wife might be acting or really how your children might be acting. All this here is the judgment, but you got to understand in Leviticus 26, let me show you what he said. Leviticus 26 and 40. If they should confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers. So they never did it, y'all. We never did it, y'all. We never did it. And he's not saying women are doing it. He holds that charge against our men. Okay? Now we can still confess it and he'll still hear us. But see, he was holding that up against the bosom of these men. And this is what he said. If they shall confess their iniquity, which is their sin, and the sin of their father. Y'all do not want you to bypass the sins that your father has committed without addressing it. Just like we want the heathens to address the sin of their fathers. Oh, they sit here pleading with us. We weren't born. We didn't know they did it. We didn't do that. That's our fathers. But what? You want to hold them liable for what their fathers done to you. So what makes you think y'all ain't going to hold you liable for what you and your father has done unto him, even up until this day? And he says here, he said, listen to this. This here is Leviticus 26 and verse 40. If they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass, which they trespass against me. Now, who can go up against the Creator? What man on this earth will go up against the Creator? This, you see how sick the Hebrew Israelite are? Will we go up against the Creator who put us under his name? Now listen to this. Their trespass, which they trespass against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me. See how we've been buckling and fighting against the Creator? That's why Sister Deborah said we are the worstest human being on the face of the earth. We are the worst. Okay, and then 41 said, and that I also have walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into a land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcision heart or uncircumcised heart be humbled, see, somebody was talking about humble, and then accept of the punishment of their iniquity. See, y'all want us to feel, listen to this, y'all. He want us to feel something in us that agree that he's right and we're wrong. We can't stand around and say we right and try to make him wrong. We can't do that. We got to be 100% wrong when we go before him and make him right about everything that he say. Now, what is it of people he's sitting here saying, and they then accept the punishment of their iniquity? It's like saying, here it is, he's the creator. He done told us our iniquity. He done told us how if we confess it and own up to it, he is faithful to deliver us. And we study saying, I ain't thinking about you. I ain't confessing nothing. For what? That's how we treat him, y'all. And guess who he is? The creator. So it's high time the whole house of Israel get the best judgment that they have ever had on the face of the earth in this day. And that's why a lot of them going down. Now, that was in the Leviticus. Throughout all of the Bible, he's been putting them in captivity, taking them out. He's been killing them by thousands. Everything he did, nothing helped. So right now, it's time to end everything. So he said, now you finna get the boot where it belongs. And it's no stepping back. It's no stepping to the left, no stepping to the right, no stepping back. And you ain't going to be able to step up on me because I'm going to knock you straight out in the midst of it all. So that's where he's at today. So I just thank him for his judgment, his beautiful judgment. And just like I said, he said if they would own up to their iniquity and accept their punishment, that same thing. If we would own up to his judgment and accept it. And I want to tell women, accept the fact that if he crown of your head has a scab, accept it. Glorify him in the midst of it. Glorify him in the midst of it. Because he's sending a sign. If you read Isaiah 3, you can see he's showing you love. Because it's all about him discovering your secret parts and showing you still mean something to me. I'm not getting rid of you. I'm going to kill your husbands, your sons, and your fathers and all of them. But I ain't getting rid of you, ladies. You mean something to me. Even right now, I'm judging you because I got to judge you. This is my will to judge you. So embrace me judging you and still praise me in the midst of your judgment. Honor me in the midst of your judgment. Love me by giving and gave to others in the midst of your judgment. Knowing that it's the judgment I'm putting on you, you just keep doing what you're doing and feeling the way you feel about me. And I see you on the other side. That's all he's saying, women. That's all he's saying. And that's why you got the men cutting up from the floor. That's why they acting up. So Sister Deborah going to have to come up off of them and know that, okay, now the Father that showed you how he's going to end up with them and how he's doing them and what they're going through in this day while the whole house of Israel is being judged. He said Jerusalem and Judah has fallen. So what that tell you? You see? See, and you ain't heard none of them preach that, did you? You heard them talking about Babylon is falling, but you ain't never heard them preach that one because they have been done really well escaping spirit and truth. It's right. It's nothing righteous about us. That's very well said. And that's beautiful. And when you think like that, then Yah can deal with you. He can use you in a mighty way. When you think like that, he can use you in a mighty way. Because if it's nothing righteous and right about you, then you know it's something right about him. You see? That's right. That's what shall be, and that which is done, that which shall be done. That's right. And everything you're saying, guess what that is? That's connected to what I be saying that I learned from the back end, that which was, that which is, and that which shall be have already been. That's because when you're looking for what is actually going on, you have to search what has already happened. You see, and it's in the biblical, but the only one can take you there is the Ruach HaKodesh, because he'll tell you why everything started the way it started, why he created the heavens and the earth. Because he took every mess that was going on in the heaven, he brought it to the earthly level and let it play itself out. That's why you don't see a new heaven and earth. He's cleaning heavens out. You see? That's right. You're right. That's what he said. To see then is new. It has been already. There you go. In the old time, which has been before. And Ecclesiastes 1:10. But you know what? It goes even deeper. Before the foundation of the world, everything that is was. It was in his bosom. You are so right. That's why they know remembrance of former things. Now that shall there be to remember. That's right. Because it ain't nothing worth remembering. Okay, see, that's another good one. That's another good one. How, how we want to savor, how would it savor the good times and all of this and all of that. No good times can be any good without Yah. I'm gonna tell you the truth and let the truth be told. It's not. It's nothing. It's nothing gonna be worth remembering. Outside of him, nothing. Oh yeah, they believe that. They don't believe we're gonna be judged. But go to the chapters I just read, which was Isaiah 3 and 4, and you can see the beauty of his heavy judgment. See, the man teaches all the time how he says he's going to, after the 400 years, how he's going to judge the whole house of Israel. He said that first. But they doing all kind of sick mess. All kind of sick mess. And like a lot of people wants to go for, and a lot of women too, they don't understand that this polygamy is not of Yah. That's why you ain't gonna find all that in there. When Yeshua came on, you ain't gonna find them talking about all of that. You ain't gonna find them 12 disciples and their wives and their wives and you ain't gonna find all that. Why? Because he really kicked all that to the curb in Leviticus 18. Because Abraham married Sarah, which was a relative. So did Isaac, was a relative. And then he cut all that out in Leviticus and said, no more of that. We ain't gonna have that. And that's what he did. He cut that mess out. So a lot of people thinking because of the way things are panning out, it's all good because he allowed it in his will. You got to understand there's two sides. He's the potter of the clay. And how do he say he rumbled with the clay? He caused one to do righteous and one to do unrighteous. But it's all going to be working toward his will. Now, what you say about that? Oh, baby, Ecclesiastes is my best friend. Oh, no, let me not say best, but one of my best friends. I love Ecclesiastes. Oh, I love it. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Yes, hallelujah for his judgment. Hallelujah. Yeah. See, you like that Ecclesiastes. See, it's really good. It's really good. It is really good. Yep. His will shall be done. Hallelujah. Yes, yes, yes. So I just thank him and I just glorify him and I honored him and I thank him for coming and giving me that comfort today. It was so beautiful and I just thank him for it. But when he gave me all this input and he told me about Isaiah 3 and told me, I know you read it, but I want you to understand that's where I'm at today. I said, that's where you at. And I was like, first I was kind of lost. And then I just picked up my Bible while I was still a little drowsy and dizzy. And I sit here because this church sure feel good. And I started reading it and I said, but Father, This is the judgment. He said, yes, it is today. He said, we're in the midst of it. Because all those killings and stuff, I be on here hooping and hollering that they doing. He said, all that is a part of it. I was like, wow. So I don't need to hoop and holler no more. Hallelujah. It's time to move on. Praise Yah. Yes, praise the mighty Yah. Hallelujah. But yeah, and I'm telling you, it's this here message is definitely a deliverance, even to say, for instance, children that has mother. When he said children, he's talking about your children. Your children can be my children age. He just saying how they're going to be ruling over us. And the word oppress, oh yeah, that's deep. That word oppress is really bad. Hardship, and it says unjust, exercising their authority. That's what oppress mean. And that's what he said. He's going to set the kids. He's going to set your children to be that towards you. Ain't that deep? And that's exactly what I was having. That's why my blood pressure went up, you guys, and my head was hurting. Because I was like, I ain't going to have that. You know, and I know I'm going to go to Texas and have a really good time. I know it, but I just said to myself, I didn't want to deal with them anymore as a mother and daughter, you know. And if they step to me at any time. So the only way I felt I can avoid that is to stay away. You see? And then now I'm going to go on a trip with them. Oh my y'all. But I'm going to be all right, y'all. I'm going to be all right. And that's another thing, of course, the drugs and the alcohol. When I see all these men, I be saying, but Father, what are you doing? Why are these men all out here like this? And then he sat back in, and the reason why I want y'all to read Isaiah 3 all over again, you'll see homosexual in there. He telling you, and they proud of it. And they are. I stayed in Atlanta, and I mean, the majority of Atlanta Hebrew men are homosexual. I'm telling y'all, just like Sodom and Gomorrah, I'm telling y'all, young and old. And there's so many elderly men have been in the closet, out of the closet, under the bed, and everything else. Because a lot of the guys were telling me, when I talk to gay men, they tell me that in the church, a lot of the pastors, majority of them are also gay. You know, even though they got wives and children, after the service in the evening, they always ask them to come meet them at a hotel before they go home. All this stuff. I was like, y'all kidding? They said, nope. So that's what made a lot of them continue to go in that way. They figure if the man of Yah, not the man of Yah, but the man of their God is like that, it'll be all right if God, he ain't gonna because the man is supposed to be leading me to God. If he like that, then it's all right for me. And the sad part is that a majority of our men were ruined when they was 3 years old and older, because another man tampered with their bodies. And see, that's another thing. And I'm telling y'all seen all of this. That's why he got to put his foot down now, because he got to take the crew, get the crew ready to take them over to the promised land. It's over, y'all. It's over. He ain't sitting here waiting for Babylon to come down. He's fulfilling his will. He's going to bring the house of Israel down. He said in the house of Judah and Jerusalem and the house of Judah has fallen. And you ain't heard no man teach you that. No man. See, they don't want to tell the truth. They want to lie. But let them lie. We got to let them go. We got to let them lie. If you are married or you're engaged or you're involved in someone that's in your life, stick with them, okay? Don't try to overpower him, overtake him, or anything of that nature. Just make sure you put Yah in the center of y'all relationship, and y'all gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. Just all the time remembering that Yah is in the center of our relationship. Don't let it just be in the center of you, woman. Don't let it be just in the center of the man. Let it be in the center of your relationship, meaning the beginning of your relationship and the end. Always put Yah on the pedestal. Always. And you'll see how y'all work that thing out for you. And then you won't have to go through this hard time that I told y'all we're going to go through. You won't have to go through it alone. You have your other half to go with you. You know what I'm saying? So don't think it's over because it's going to be over. Y'all say you seek ye the kingdom, which is him first. He'll make sure everything else work out with you because he have done it for me, and I know he'll do it to you for you. If he going to bring his comfort down here, his comforter, and give me, his comforter is in me already, but the way he did it, you know, he just made me feel so good. And it was telling me about how, come on, we finna bring this down. Because I was having that headache and the Disney. We finna take care of this. And then I'm gonna show you in the biblical where you getting off balance. You got to stay with it. I've been teaching you for too long. So I'm gonna show you where it's at so you'll know. Yep, I know you've been in this area 20 million times, but I'm gonna take you there and break it down that it's in this day, right here and now is the judgment. And that's why I feel if anybody, if this is, you have share this video, explain, you know pretty much of it, of what you've heard. Tell someone else, you know, that it's time. All that other stuff is over with, y'all. To the Most High, yeah, exactly. And but he's the creator, though. You know, you think, just have you thought about that? Wait a minute, that man is the Most High is the one that created all things. How dare we have the audacity to give him a hard time? But he said it. He said for thousands of years have we done that. Yeah, and he's going to clean. If you go back to it, that's why I was explaining that cleaning. He said he's going to clean your filthiness. He's going to put a new heart in you. He's going to put his name in you. And he called it filthy. Your filthiness. Then when I go to Isaiah 4, he tells the daughters of Zion, I have cleansed your filthiness. So it just let me know what I thought. Them daughters of Zion is what's going over. That's the small remnant. That's going to be the small remnant. And you know, when you get over there, you know how you're going to be a great army? Ezekiel gonna call up the dry bones, y'all. He gonna get them dry bones together. Army, thousands. I said, okay, now. So, first thing is 7 women to 1 man in the way that they have lied about. Okay, but the promised land is gonna be filled with people, males, more males than women see, but it ain't gonna be like it is here. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be like the Garden of Eden. Okay. But he's the women, that's who's going to go over there. And the men, I think they knew that. That's why they're trying to kill them off and hate them. And that's why Pastor Dow is breathing. And now I'm going to tell y'all something about the man. I'm going to tell y'all something. That man would not step into polygamy until he got so many men doing it. Following it, agreeing with it, and then he stepped in and got him more wives. Yes, he did. That's it's all coming down, and that's sad because he's gonna bring it down, and that's the type of people he's gonna go to. Because right now they know. I think they might. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think a lot of these men on this platform knows about Isaiah 3 and 4. But they figured we can't turn back. We can't switch what we taught. Because then we'll have to stand on what he said. The women would rule and the children would be the ruling over the house. Y'all think that's not going to happen? Yes, it is. It's already happening. That's right. Let him be the center. Yeah. Yeah, I am too. I'm ready to. I am. That's why I said, purge me up and purge me down. I'm ready, Father. Whatever you want to do, just let me wake up to glory. That's it. That's it. I want to see the New Jerusalem. Yep. Yep. But you know what? I put those pieces together. The mighty is all about iniquity. Yes, it is. It is spoken right in Isaiah and in Leviticus 26 and was it 26 and 41? It talks about that iniquity because they think they're too mighty. That's how that Pastor Dowd is. They think that he all that and that. He brags on guns and everybody need to have a gun. Wait a minute. You ain't saying everybody need to have the Most High Yah. You ain't saying everybody need to have the Ruach, but everybody need to have guns. You see the sick man? You see? You see the spirit that's on this man? Now, this is the part. I came up in the church. I have never in all my days seen anybody that speaks regarding the Most High Yah or speak about God and every word come out that mouth cursing. A lot of the Hebrew Israelite men, it's like that today. That's why they're being judged. So they don't care what they say, what they do, how they act, how they conduct themselves. They don't care because the judgment is on them. When the judgment is on you, you don't give a crap about nothing. You just out there. You so just living in all your iniquity. You don't care. Y'all didn't know they did you. That's why the judgment is out there. It's because they don't care. That's what you see amongst your own people. Start focusing on what your people are doing. And that's what they didn't want y'all to do. Because they want y'all to focus on the heathens and not focus on what you're supposed to do. I would love for someone, and I would like to give a $50 gift certificate to anyone who can do the study on why it's important that the Most High want the heathens to see again who he is. $50 gift certificate to anyone who can tell me why is it the Most High insists on the heathens knowing that he's still who he once was. I read that throughout that whole Bible, the New Testament, Old Testament. I said, Father, what's the deal with these heathens? We got some things wrong because we were told wrong. I really believe that. Just like us women now, we told to shut up. Don't exalt yourself above a man. All that is lies. All that is lies. Because when Yeshua ascended, the first thing I noticed, I said, Father, why did it say you threw down, you sent out gifts to men? That don't make no sense. That ain't how you rumble. M-E-N, not M-A-N. See, this is what, you know what I'm saying? Woman was created for man, not man for woman. You know, what would y'all need to say that for when he know everything was created for him? You get what I'm saying? These is the sort of stuff that I'm saying. So I'm trying to figure out what's the deal with these heathens that you want them to go back to knowing you for what you were and who you are, as if they always knew who you were. And just because you chose a certain people, they saw the people that you chose disgrace, profane, and dishonor you. So now they don't see you to be who you are. Oh, I think I done nailed it almost, because I can't get it, y'all. Even when they're taken over to the promised land, he goes on talking about other countries and how they coming up, and they're going to see that you are the Most High Yah. Something wrong with that. See how them Hebrew Israelite movement? That's a movement, y'all. Because y'all never did think that. Wait a minute, when we get over there, why is it that the heathens, he's still dealing with them for some reason or another? They won't tell y'all. They won't tell you. No, that was then to make us jealous. No, them days are over. The 400 years is over. That's what that was. Jealous to do what? For us to look to him. We never did. The 400 years is over. Right now, we in the midst of judging, being judged, being purged. That's where we at today. The jealousy been over with. 400 years, he used 400 years to get us jealous. Come on, y'all. That's a long time. And what happened? We never got jealous. We just didn't care. I definitely think he's a demon. I don't care, Pastor Dow. I definitely think it. Because why would y'all tell me his wife was an angel that he allowed to be sent with him just to, when he stand, he gonna show him her always being there as representative of Yah. I don't know, for many, but 2 or 3 years, I always thought that That lady, that wife he got is a humble spirit. And how dumb could he be to not to see that? He would have to be the devil. That's on a demon. He would have to. If you can't see that anointed spirit of your wife, humble as she is, sweet, you can see the spirit of the Most High on her. But then you the demonic spirit. Come on now. Oh, so you see that? You know about his wife. Wasn't that on camera? Got her saying, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And she wasn't allowed to look up into his eye. You little silly. Yeah, because you're afraid she gonna see the demonic spirits in you. And she wasn't allowed to look up. He taught the women that when you speak, a man is in the presence, you look down. You can't allow. Did y'all know that? You're not allowed to look him in the eye. You're not allowed to look up. It's almost like he's gonna get horny or something. That's the way they are. You know, oh, I'm over here telling people I'm over here selling. I mean, we over here, we marrying virgins. Just because you getting up here raising these women, taking them from their families, raising them and giving them what they want, and you think that and because they are virgin, that you think that you ain't raising nothing but those, he said, led into captivity. Silly women, laden with sin. They waiting to get into you just like you waiting to get into them for all the wrong reason. And you just imagine his wife been married him all them years. You know she ain't comfortable with all them women he done just poured into his camp. And I think, I don't know if it's more than one or two, then had babies, brand new babies. That's crazy. That's sad. Yep, you're right. God Almighty hates, ignorance. Because they knew. You know what, sister? You think you saying something. You think you really said something. Listen to what you said. Because they knew we was Yah's people and the heathen had more faith than Yah's people. Yes, ma'am. I figured that out. But you know, I didn't learn that till about 6 months ago. I didn't know that until I read it and I said, wait a minute. Why is it in Ezekiel 36, the heathens saying to the Hebrew Israelites, aren't you all the children of the Most High Yah? Wasn't that the land of Yah? And I'm like saying to myself, the heathen saying that? What? And then I went over into Isaiah 37, where he says it's going to come a time when the heathen's going to see that I was and is the same God. I'm like, wait a minute. What's the deal with the heathens? And then when you get to Revelation, he even telling you about it's not, that ain't in Revelation, but in other scriptures telling you about going back to the promised land, and how all these different countries, which are going to be heathens, going to be coming up and going to be saying this. They going to say, surely, truly, God of the Hebrews. You know, they're going to be coming now, because now they're going to see him for what he used to be. So you got a good point. You got a very powerful point right there. That is a really good one, because they know they believed in him more. You think they celebrate that? Not looking them in the eyes, but they had her to train their women that when the men's in the midst, they're not allowed to look up. Yes, it's devil worship, definitely, without a doubt. Because how you gonna meet the will of the Father if you are so far under a man's feet? You can't. Oh yeah, Lucifer definitely have his. Yep, you sure right. Because I'm like saying, what is it? They know who we are. They always knew. But they also knew who God was. Even when we was calling him this and that and this and that. That's why I say it's not in all the words that we're saying. I don't let nobody ever tell you that. Because if y'all say we can't not worship him in our flesh is talking now. He's saying that you got to come to me in the spirit, where I can abide in you and you can abide in me, and we can get it on point. So it's not so much as what we called him. It's what he is in us more so. And yes, you are so right. It's something about them heathens. If someone can give me, I want to. That's another part of the study I want to do. And what was that other one yesterday? I wanted to study. I wanted to know about the heathens and the heathens. Why is it? It's a mystery about that, y'all. I know y'all don't believe that, but it is. It's something about the heathens that is connected to y'all in some way or another. It is really, y'all. And when you read it, it'll blow your mind. And you start to see, wait a minute, we over in the promised land. They over here too. He's dealing with them and letting them, what? What the crap? How did they? It'll mess you up. It'll mess you up. That's why I say you really gonna have to really trust in y'all in this, the rest of the world. You really gonna have to trust in him. And I really dig deep and do the study on that, and maybe give us a lesson in it. I mean, I think that'll be beautiful. 65 and 1. I reveal myself to those who did not ask for me. That's what he said. I was found by those who did not seek me. See that? You see that? You see? To a nation that did not call me my name, I said, here I am. Do you see that? Who's it? That's perfect. You hear she got on here, Isaiah 65 and 1. He's talking about let's read it. I reveal myself to those who did not ask for me. I was found by those who did not seek me. To a nation that did not call on my name, I said, here I am. See, they didn't even call on his name. See, y'all, I'm telling y'all, all this stuff that they have been teaching and manipulating y'all to believe, y'all need to wipe it away. Wipe it away and start this thing over, walking in spirit and truth. If you ain't the spirit part, plead to the Father that you're willing. If you bam on this door, he'll open. If you keep asking him, he'll give it to you. If you seek him, you're going to find him. But don't let people get on this platform and eliminate everything that really has to do with his mercy, his grace, his endurance, his love, his everything he has for us, and convert it to where somebody wants to tell you it is. No, have a relationship with him for yourself. And that is beautiful said. He said, and did not call on my name. And I said, here I am. Here I am. And that's what I'm saying to y'all, because you got to understand, Sister Deborah was just 4 years old. I knew who he was. And I was talking to him. I didn't know no name. I didn't even know how to read. See, it's deeper than what they want to manipulate. I'm asking you all to really start this thing over with your walk with Yah. Not so much as over, but start reading with the Ruach being the head of your teaching. Let him show you what's what. Because really, he'll show you that we are in full judgment. Now, what's going to happen is, after today, y'all, if you fully understood what I said, you're going to start seeing how bad of a position we are in. But I must pray, and you must pray, that he gives you the spirit of endurance, that you too may suffer long through whatever he got to do. Because I'm telling y'all got to understand where he's coming from. He has every right to not have one foot up in us, but two. He's the creator, and we done him wrong. And we acting like he done us wrong. And we acting like everybody else done something to us. Ain't nobody done nothing to us but what we done to ourselves. And that's the judgment that is before us today. But that's beautiful. That Isaiah 65. I'm going to go over that again. I'm going to go over that again and again and again. Because right what I was saying, you turned around and pulled out Isaiah 65 and 1, and it nailed it. It nailed it. It turned around and just told you exactly what I was saying about the heathens. It's something going on. Yes, they recognize spirit and truth. Because I'm gonna tell you, Sister Deborah ain't trying to be funny, but I'm gonna tell you why I say a lot of that is something that's wrong. When I go into my store, for them to know who I am, and these darn Negroes don't, something wrong with that picture. Something wrong with that picture. Something is wrong when a white man or a Jewish man or anybody can walk up to me, white woman, too wealthy. Oh, but see, you're one of those elects. Are you a prophetess? These are white people. They automatically know who you are. You don't even have to say it. That's one thing I don't do. I don't go around telling nobody who I am. That's why my mom said, well, why are they talking to you? They walking up to us and they don't know you and you don't know them. They just start talking. She said, do you know them? You seen them? Nope, I don't. It's all in the spirit of what things are that people take in consideration. You know, they look. And sometimes y'all be glowing on me so heavy to strangers who walk up to me and they say, you got a glow about yourself. You're a woman of the Most High. I'm telling y'all, I've heard that throughout my life. And I just play it on off. Yes, I just thank the Most High. And we get into all kind of conversation. And that's another thing about the white people. It's just something about them that they can walk up to me and know who I am. And you know why I say it like that? It's because sometimes it's frightening. Sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, it's frightening. Because you don't expect them to because of all the mess you done heard. You know what I'm saying? So I just thank the Most High for teaching me what love really was and is. I thank him for teaching me what charity really was and is. Because they took that word and put there. But it should have been righteous. Because righteous and justice and just is one. Charity is when you give to the poor. It can be, that's not the greatest, you see. That's not the greatest because you can give somebody all your money and have no righteous in you. Remember he told the rich man, sell it. You said you a part of who I am. I'm all right. I'm all just. Tell you what you do. Sell what you had and come follow me. No, I ain't. I ain't going to sell what I have, come follow you. So long. I kept all the commandments, but that's good enough. I'm not going to give what I got. Yep. Now you know it was you. Now you see, ain't that sad though? All the time when you start to see all this mess in the biblical, they were saying crucify him. That's the same sick one today. That's why he said, that's why the Most High say, repent for your forefathers and for your iniquity. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do that. They so busy running around here telling you supposed to submit to me. They so busy saying all this stuff that's demonic. Too many times. What'll mess you up is if you go into that book and see how many times he put us in captivity, and you should have seen how many times he killed them, took their lives by thousands, 5,000, 6,000. He killed them. That's what I'm saying. We today are so from what really took place because we're waiting for a man, which y'all is waiting to judge him or judging him now. We're waiting for him to tell us, no, baby, get in there and let the Ruach. He'll tell you exactly what's what. Yep. It might be a turnaround. They might be the one. Y'all turn around. That's right. That's why I said I'm gonna do a study. I'm gonna do a study on that. I wish y'all would open up a YouTube page and I would be there for sure. So you notice that too, sister. Won't they hold the door for you? male and the female Caucasian, they will hold the door for you. Our people, let it go and keep it going. And doing it now in this day, they doing it purposely, especially our men, purposely. But they will hold it for the white woman. Yeah, you're gonna learn a lot. Don't don't count him out, because right now he's judging our people, and when he's done, he's saying that's when he's going to take them over to the promised land. But yeah, that judgment is there. But I show like I'm gonna do that, y'all. I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do that this week. It was another one I was speaking about yesterday, trying to understand something. It was something else. I need to write. That's what God keep telling me. Deborah, you need to write it down so you can go back and do your little study. You know, and I keep on forgetting to write it down. I don't forget. I just being disobedient. That's about right. Oh yes, he was taking them out, girl. He was taking them out. Children too. You who on my side? You ain't on my side? Take them out, Moses. Every last one of them. Wife, kids, pregnant. I don't care. Take them out. Y'all don't play. That's why I'm not afraid of his judgment that he has. I have embraced it always. I always waited. Did you all know I've been waiting for Yah to judge the whole house of Israel? I've been waiting. I had no idea all the stuff that I was talking about, you guys, was the judgment. That's why I'm seeing it all and trying to put them all the pieces together. Because my thing was, well, why ain't they doing, Father? Why ain't the people say, why ain't they say, why is this person talking about this? Why ain't they talking about what's going on amongst our people? Nobody ain't talking about it. But the judgment is so heavy. But they won't talk about it, because I believe the men knew it. I think they knew it. Now, nothing. They don't care about nothing. The plans. Oh, that's it. Thank you. Oh, you remembered. Thank you. Now I'm going to write it down. And you know what I might just do? I might do both of them. I think I will this week. I just want to really do that. I wish one of you all could really have the fullness and be able to kind of break it down in 2 or 3 sentences of what actually took place with the heathens. But you have to be able to go into the Old Testament and then the New, and then pull into what's about to happen going over to the New Jerusalem, because you're going to hear him talk about heathens. And it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. And then I'm going to tell y'all something. I know y'all might say this is wrong, but let me tell y'all something that's so true. Y'all wonder why they hate us. Look at what we did to the Creator. Who wouldn't? And that's sad how we see how weak our minds is. After all we've done for thousands of years, once you read that word under the Ruach and he showed you how many times they have reneged on him, treated him the way that they have treated him, after everything he does, it's nothing he can do. They're going to continue to do it. And then the thing about it, they knew we did that. They knew who we were to him. That's why they don't feel about Yah like they once used to. And I think that's what he's saying. He's going to get them back seeing him to be what he was from the beginning. You see what I'm saying? Them. But us, he ain't going to work on us seeing him, because he already done said, I'm coming to clean your mess up. And I'm going to put a new name in you. And I'm going to put a new heart in you of flesh. And I'm going to put my name in you and clean you up. You see? So it ain't that we gonna ever see. Y'all didn't know that, did you? We're never gonna come to the term. It's what he's gonna do with his mighty right hand in our spirits and in our flesh to convert us. But them, he ain't doing that with them. That's why I know something's wrong, y'all. It's something about them heathens that he says something about. And this is something you would never get none of our Negro men to talk about. And our Negro women either, because they want to keep us in stupid. Now, why ain't they been warning us about being in the midst of judgment right now? And what does it consist of? It's telling you right then. He told you. That's it. You ain't got nothing else coming. All they can say is we're going to have 7 wives to 1 man. That's what they feeding these young men and the old. But you didn't understand. 7 wives to 1 man, booted up 2 more verses. I'm going to destroy the men and the mighty men. So how you gonna have 7? You see what I'm saying? That shows you. Sad. Yeah, a lot of them do though, y'all. They just know they hate us. Yep, they know they hate us. But see, I'm gonna tell you something else that I don't think the reason why I said that we are a people of the worst of the worst, because wouldn't you say that if you had 12 different nations and one of was the creator favorite, but it was the only one that disrespect him, profane him, dishonor him, and do everything against what he said don't do. But the other 11 does what he tell them to do. But the one that he put as his special love on, they won't do it. Nothing he say. And honestly, I believe that they fully knows that we are the children of Yah. And since we conduct ourselves the way we conduct ourselves, shows that we ain't gonna ever come back to Yah. And I think that's what Yah is gonna show them a thing or two. He's gonna show them that I'm gonna raise them ones from the dead up, and I'm bringing them men, the men into a multitude of men over to the promised land, to that promised land. He said it. He's gonna. That's what he was talking to Ezekiel about. Do you think these dry bones can live? He told them, because they're coming back. And those going to be the multitude of men that he says going to be in the promised land. Okay. Now, I believe that the women are the small remnant. I think that's who you are. The women are the small remnant. I really believe. Is it going to be 1 or 2 men in there? Yes. But I think the women are the small remnant that's going to go over. Yes, yes, yes. That's why he said he's going to discover your secret parts, because there's some secret parts about you that he finna bring forth. Yep. See, and that's why we have to forgive our men the way that they are conducting themselves, and we have to give our men more information from the biblical as the spirit of the Ruach lead us. Only as the spirit of the Ruach lead us, and show them that this is what is actually going on. So those that are going to be in the fold, that they can understand that the reason why our men are falling so far off the mountain is because the judgment of Yah is upon them, because he's really taking it out on them, because that's why you wonder why he always been talking about me and me and me and me. You never wonder why he been telling them do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, me and this, me and that. And they run around here thinking they all that and some, because they are supposed to rule or be the head. See, they missed it. They didn't understand. What are you supposed to rule over? What are you supposed to be the head over? See, they didn't understand none of that. They just figured we the best, we this and we all that. You shut up and you don't exalt yourself past me and all this old stupid stuff. And here you are in the midst of the Father's judgment. That's some deep stuff there. That's some deep stuff. They sure do. You are so right. They think the judgment is upon the heathen. And you know what? If you went to Isaiah, he said, Jerusalem and Judah has fallen. They thinking he's just talking about the times that he have taken them and put them in captivity. He's talking about right now. That's why that statement is for this day. That's why I said in that day. In that day, Father Yah, what day are you talking about? The day of my judgment, Deborah. That's what he told me. That. He said, all this time you have said, in this day, you've been right all the way. But let me tell you what's going on in this day you talking about it. He said, the day of my judgment. I said, oh, we are there already. He said, you're in the midst of it. Because he started telling me about, that's why you keep telling the people about all the stuff that's going on. They can't see it, but you see it. Because you're taught from the heaven in the wilderness level, you see? And therefore you see it. And you wonder why they don't see it. And you just keep talking. It sounds like a broken record. It's because you seeing it and you wonder why anybody's saying nothing. And that's exactly, he was breaking that thing down to me. I'm telling you, that comfort was there. He was there. That comforter was there. He was in me. He was just everything to me. And I was like, so once he finished, first thing I called up was my ex-husband. And I began to talk, and he had them scriptures just ready. He was bumping them one behind the other one. He said, yeah, and it said that though, Deborah. It said that. And he'd bring another scripture. I said, see there? It's all over. All over. It's all written there. How could we have missed it? How could we have missed it? My ex-husband really is my best friend. Yep. And that's how I am. I'm a pretty easy person to get along with. I can't get along with nobody don't love my most high God. Yep, he's cleaning us up. I told y'all, I think it was a couple of months. Yeah, purge me, Father. Purge me. Because you're going to discover some secret parts of me. And the only one going to be able to discover that is you. Because you know what you got invested. Shoot, you know what, y'all? Let me tell you something. I don't care what go on. Not like that. All I want to see is the New Jerusalem. I want to be right for that. I want to be right for that. And to be right with him means to be ready for what he has prepared for me. He's going to give us a New Jerusalem. Given. Isn't it coming down? It's coming down to what? To give unto us. That's that love. Give and gave. That's another good message. When I've heard the secret parts explained, it was said that the women were being exposed for their wickedness. Now, discovering their secret place parts, he said, I would discover her secret parts. He will. You see? And the secret parts is only what he sees and what he knows. Taking his hair off, taking his crown back from her, putting her on sackcloth because we've been walking around here wearing clothes these ignorant men telling us to put on to make us representing the Most High Yah. He said, no, that's role playing, y'all. Because if y'all look at those words, you'll say, wait a minute. That's what you see the women wrapped around with. Got the head. This your thing I got on? He's purging that stuff off you. I'm telling you, the long robes and the long dress and the long skirts and wool stuff poured all over. Look it up. Look at all the things he said he's going to take away from women. Is the dress code that been hiding. Remember, Sister Deborah, I don't know if several of you all been on here that follow me. I used to always say, take off them them clown clothes or them role playing clothes. It's because it's a manipulation. It's to deceive people that we represent Yah. We wrapped all up. We got our head all tied down. We represent Yah. See, it's a role play. Y'all saying you better take all that stuff off because you might as well. I'm finna strip you from it. You're going to have on sackcloth. So if it was all righteous in the way we were dressing, now these weren't pants, you guys. These weren't short dresses. Y'all see, that's why I said y'all need to be up under the Ruach and let him teach you. In Isaiah 3, he's telling them that he's going to take away their whole apparel in the way they dress. Okay, and when he said he's going to take away, you go to the Hebrew. Now you go to the dictionary on the Google, and you put up the word, and it'll blow your mind. You say these are the clothes that have the Hebrew Israelites be wearing, the women. Why is he gonna take that off of him? Because he's saying y'all just role playing. Y'all walking around here want somebody to think y'all represent me. But see, I'm going to take all that mess out. You see, that's a part of his purge. You're going to take all that stuff out. So you be, you can, he said he will discover her secret parts. And it don't mean her wickedness, because he speaks not of her wickedness. He's talking about how she walked and how her the wanting of her eyes, which has a lot to do with eyelashes and all of that, trying to, and her stiff, and not her stiff neck. What did he say? When she be walking, she be something about the way she walked, and that's when women be trying to look or move a certain way. All that he's taken away. But what blew my mind, and this happened a year ago, is everything that a woman would wear is the way the Hebrew men feel a woman should dress today. He said he taking that stuff off. And I'm like, well, but I thought that shows you it never was a righteous, that wasn't a dress code. That wasn't nothing but something to role play, to manipulate and deceive men, and that you all that and some. He said, take it off, because I'm going to take it off of you myself. And put you on sackcloth, because that's what I have to purge you in, because you role playing and all this other stuff. That's why I said, don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot wear, because it does not affect what he is in you. He said, greater is he that is where? In you. He didn't say that is on you. He said that is in you than he that's in the world. That means he's greater than what you can put on. And once you allow him to be that great in you, anything you have on, you're going to totally be convicted if it's out of his order. That's how he wants us to trust in him. Oh, you can't. You can't. Sometimes it's just, sometimes God will give you 2 or 3 words to give to somebody, and that'll lead them right here. And they'll always come back, try to get more of what you left them. That's a seed planted. Okay, you all, I'm in trouble again. That's right. Hallelujah. And you know where it's at? It's right in you. That's all it's about. He didn't say, Deborah, I know you're a prophetess, but all I need you is to drop a raindrop, which is a seed. Stand down and let me do the increase. He has time and season in which and it's not like the time and season of yesterday. Is when it can be an hour, it can be a day, it can be a week, where he will come in and feed you from that end and give you more and more. I am the increaser. So all this stuff that we get on here on these devil platforms, and we hear the precepts, the line, a little here, get all the Torah and the laws. And when you finish, if you ain't right with Yah, you messed up from the floor. Because let me tell you what's going to also happen. It's happening already. This here is going to be taken away. You ain't going to be caught with this. So how you going to precept me? And how you going to line me? How you going to little me here and a little me there? You ain't going to be able to. So something in you going to have to be already there. You see? And that's going to be that great one that knows this from front to back to back to front. And you don't need it. You see? That's all. He uses this to lead you to him. You see? And he'll use this to even drop a token in you so that he can increase you. You see? So that's so much for that. I'm sorry you all, and I'm not sorry, but I thank the Most High for you all for being here in such, what time is it? Oh, it's okay. Such late hour. I know you all got a busy day tomorrow, and I thank the Most High for you, and hope that maybe we'll do this again, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. This here has really blessed me today, and I really feel good about what he did to me and what he did for me today. I really do. Yes. Hallelujah. Thank the Father. Praise the Most High Yah. So I say shalom and shalom, and thank you all again. I love you, and I need you to to move up higher. Teach Sister Deborah. She's gonna need it. I'm a prophetess in the wilderness. He's so much more than me. I'm a pen needle in the body of Christ. All of you plays a role in the body of Christ. You got positions there, and that's why a lot of them don't step out in it, because a lot of these here who think they're the one, they want you not knowing that you are the one, but you are the one. See, that's what I was telling y'all that when I be out on the streets. You be out on the streets all day and night. If you hear these people talk, you say, when they got the word. They don't have no Bible, no nothing, but they be speaking the unadulterated word of the Most High God. That just shows you it's not this. The platforms is not it. These people are here for a check. These people racing subscribers and views. All righty. Shalom, and I love you all, and I'll be back again. I don't know when, but blessed be the name of the Most High Yah. And y'all learn. Let us learn to give Yah all praise in the heavens and on the earth. Belongs to the Most High Yah. All praise. Give him the honor, y'all. Give him the respect that's due him. How would y'all like it if you created everything, and everything that you created denied you, especially the one that you placed above your name? I say it, not above your name, but under your name. Come on, try to think about that. That's not good at all. It's just like me feeling about my daughter. I birthed them, but yet I don't want to be around them because of their attitude that is displaying exactly what y'all showed me today. And that's why. And I really have a problem with that. But now I'm going to have to embrace it and say, okay, Father, I got you. I got where you're coming from. It's okay, Deborah. It's okay. I sealed that to be. It ain't nothing you can do about it. You don't have to let them run over you. You don't have to let them control you, but know that that's where that spirit that they have is coming from. That's what he's saying. So I say thank you all for coming on the live. Shalom, family. Yes. And Yah be the glory. We give him all praise and honor, Father, because you're so excellent. You're so wonderful. You're so great. You're so all-knowing. You're so good. You're so righteous. You're all power. You're all authority. Yes, you the I am. Yes, you the beginning and the end. And you are holy, you say, is your name. And let us say, trust in the Most High Yah. Shalom and shalom. Good night.